I was talking to a group of young kids at a community center, and I was asking them about their dreams. What are your dreams for the future? What is it that you want to do? And I remember this 10-year-old boy, and I will never forget this kid, and I wish I knew where he was today. I asked this young boy directly, what do you dream of? What do you want to become? And this 10-year-old boy said to me, why dream? Dream doesn't come true. Dreams never come true. And that was very sobering, that there are a lot of not only older people, but young people who have such despair. And that should not be in our society. Everybody deserves a second chance, and that's what we're here to do.
Larry Williams came to me about 3 years ago with a proposal that he had written up with the University of Central Florida. He told me that he had a vision to create a school in the downtown area that would help students get a GED and get technical training.
It's so many resources that people just don't know, or the condition, and it may be me, the condition as it were, well, you have to pay, you have to do this, you have to qualify, but just going in, you qualify. You qualify.
The Simeon resources is like, they put it in a great area to help people, because it's a high crime rate area they put Simeon resources in, and it's a high poverty, percentage, and now you have people like older folks, younger folks who really don't go to school no more, older folks who gave up on school. Now they're all coming in. They're getting their GEDs, they're getting like all their information together. Like they're really seeing like Simeon resources is basically showing people another light of life.
We're dealing with a population that sometimes people don't pay attention to, and all they need is for someone to care, or to someone just to check on them or pat them on the back. And as we began this journey, we found more people coming to us than we anticipated, because the word has gotten out that when you come here, you're dealing with genuine people and people that truly care.
No one is running to jump on a parked bus. Relative to Larry's organization, it's on the move, it's on the go. People are talking about it. One person who has helped is telling another person who has helped, and everybody is coming and knocking on his door.
I truly believe that Simeon plays a very, very important role in our community and society, because we're like the safety net for people who have fallen through the cracks.
When I met Larry, I was staying in a hotel and I was getting pretty discouraged. I'm from a rough neighborhood, so I think I was ready to resort back to my old ways, which is something I really didn't want to do. And I expressed this to Larry, and he told me just stay strong, stay focused, and he would find a way to help me. And he did.
I had lost my kids for a while. I was homeless, unemployed, lost my job.
Well, as I was growing up, I was shot 2 different times, hanging around the wrong crowd.
My whole life, people have always told me I had a lot of potential, but at a young age, I fell into with drugs, smoking marijuana, cigarettes, and alcohol. So at a young age, I just gave up on school.
Alcoholism and alcohol had gotten to be a real big part of my life. I lost my apartment, I lost my truck, I lost, another job situation I had, just basically just on a spiraling situation straight down.
My challenge is that by me being a Black older female, I wouldn't get into jobs that I knew that I was qualified to get without an education.
We all realized very clearly, particularly in these economic times, that we all can be in those conditions. And as I said, some of them have made poor decisions, and that's the reason they're in the condition they're in. And some, life have just been put upon them, and they just haven't had the support. And you'd be surprised at the young people that come through, and older people, that with a little support, they go out and they take care of business. They do what they need to do.
I think that was the biggest thing that I lacked probably my whole life was, somebody having confidence in me to be able to do something.
I love what I do. I had a prior life in terms of prior career with the government for 25 years, and I felt I had an impact at that time. But I was more compelled to do this after seeing the conditions of people that I used to pass on my way home, and thought, I'm really lucky not to be in their situation.
When I walked in, I didn't really know what to expect. I kind of went in there a little shy, and is this a place I could possibly get help? And everybody there, as soon as I opened the door, was real inviting, told me to have a seat, and that's when I met Mr. Williams.
When I walked in that first day, I was kind of nervous because I didn't know what all I was getting involved in. I thought it was just going to be for school.
I met Mr. Larry Williams when I was in county jail. When I was 16, he came through. He was doing a programming class.
As I got more involved in it and talked with Mr. Larry Williams, I realized that it had more to offer me.
I kept looking for stuff, and all I could find was trouble, and I'm back in jail. Then he gave me a helping hand and took me up. And, he basically put me under his wing.
So I knew that right there that it was a place for me where I can get help that I needed, and I got more than enough.
So Simeon resources have given me hope, because when I see people come in and they look bewildered, and I said, you're at the right place. You're at the right place.
We respect you, we do. We respect everybody. So when you come to that center, you will receive respect. We value you as a human being, and we want you to be successful in life.
The first day that I came and signed up for Simeon was the first day of the rest of my life. I'll put it like that, because I said, I got another chance to prove myself, and that was it.
The first time that he had an orientation for his program to kind of communicate with the Orlando area of what he was doing, he brought in about 6 or 7 men to have them tell their stories. One of the men had AIDS, and he said that when he got AIDS, it reminded him of the biblical time when people had leprosy and they were just discarded and nobody had anything to do with them. And he felt like that for a long period of time. And he met Larry Williams, who let him know that there was still a lot of value in his life, helped him get into the GED program, helped him find housing, and gave him hope.
It's about helping people to move from dependence to independence. And it's about giving people a second chance, and in many cases, a first chance.
The Rites of Passage is a program for it's for young black men, but I'm sure any young man that needs to go can go to it.
The Rites of Passage originally started with inner city youth. It's kind of cultural based, expose kids to more positive outlets, expose them to different entities that they normally wouldn't see.
My mother found out about the Rites of Passage program when she was trying to look for something positive for me to do. This program helped me a lot, because I was failing tremendously. But then Brother Larry came to my school, talked to my teachers, got to know my teachers, then he helped me out with my grades to get them up. Your grades will not only become better, but you'll become a better person here attending Rites of Passage.
The Indians, before they taught a youth how to shoot a bow and arrow, they had to first teach them how to make it. So what we try to do is take at-risk youth and try to expose them to more positive outlets to give them opportunity to make appropriate choices and better choices.
We learn about drug and sex education and stuff, and it's just to keep you off the streets and keep you focused on the right path, to help you get into colleges and stuff.
The Rites of Passage not only helps the boys that are here, but also helps the community. It, a lot of the time, Mr. Larry, he'll ask us to gather up friends and ask them to come here as well, and introduce them to Mr. Larry, and Mr. Larry introduce himself. And it helps the community overall, not just the ones who attend here.
Well, it's changed me personally because I see different ways of life, because I'm not like the kids that are in the program. They're not really like me. They're more like street kids or inner city kids, and I'm not like that. So I see life from a different perspective. And also, it helped me learn about my history, like Black history, because I don't really teach a lot of that in schools, and they teach it at the Simeon Center.
Overall, it's leading me in the right direction. It really is, because now I really want to go to college.
This is a great and outstanding program, and that any kids on the street that really need help, you can come to our program because we will help you.
Most males just need the knowledge about what's going on, because some they either don't know or they have no one teaching them. And here at the Rites of Passage, that's what Mr. Larry and Mr. Butler are here to do.
So I always encourage our young men that wherever you go or whatever you become in life, or if you succeed, my only request and your responsibility is go back and help the next man.
In terms of education, we have found, particularly in urban areas, that the graduation rate has dropped considerably. So we partner with Orlando Tech, the Orange County Public Schools, to offer a GED prep program.
Some of the things that we do here is we work with disadvantaged youth. We work with economically disadvantaged people who are looking for employment or looking to upgrade their current job status or resume through organized job training and, of course, GED.
Right now I tutor math to GED students. Actually, the guy was tutoring yesterday. He just got out of prison because like a lot of their GED people are like out of prison or like homeless and like they're really like, they're not well off and stuff. So he was like telling me, oh, you're so smart, you really helped me out, because he said he's really bad at math. So he kept telling me this kid's a genius, and I felt like he was really, like he was really thankful that I came, like I took the time out to help him with his math. So it felt good.
That program gives you an avenue. If you want to think things can get better, it gives you an avenue that if you stick with it, eventually something good will most definitely come out of it.
Whenever a person comes into our center, the first thing I ask them, what is it you want to do? And I always distinguish between a job and a career. Because most people, particularly young people I've found, don't think long term. And I tell them, you know, you're getting old and one day you're going to be at retirement age, so you need to plan now. And so I get our clients to start thinking about their future. We talk about their passion. What is it that you enjoy doing? And that's where we start.
He kind of talked me into a little bit, why don't I start looking into school instead of looking into just getting employment afterwards? You know, and then I thought, wow, you know, I didn't know if it was possible, you know, and then he started telling me about the grants he could help me to get and vouchers to get into school, and basically just started giving me confidence in myself that I could take things further.
Once they get their high school diploma, then we assist them in moving further in terms of getting a trade or enter community college. And so we have connections at all the vocational schools and the community college to move them through the system.
We work with Mr. Williams students by assisting them with getting into Valencia, assist them with doing all of the paperwork and helping them to get financial aid and scholarships to go to college.
I found the Simeon resource program. It changed my life because I didn't know what I was gonna do, where I was gonna go, but as I sat down with Mr. Williams, he helped me plan out things in my future, and as of now, thanks to this, I'm now enrolled at Valencia Community College and I'm enjoying it.
I ended up meeting Mr. Larry Williams at Simeon Group, and ever since then my life has definitely moved on for the better. I'm now at Orlando Tech in 3D animation.
I told him my ultimate goal was to get a CDL so I can drive and make good money to provide for my family. Well, Larry found me a sponsor. I went to Mid-Florida Tech. I was there for roughly 2 months, and that's why I acquired my CDL.
I'm just so grateful for this program. I wouldn't really know what to do without it. I feel like I have an opportunity to be someone and to be productive in society, to be a father to my kids.
I see my future hopefully working for an electrical company. A white picket fence, a wife and a kid.
I'm hoping to get a job in the film industry as a 3D animator.
Without the Resource Center, I really don't know where I would be. They gave me motivation and they put me on the right track in life to where I know what I want to do and my goals are set in stone.
I referred my little brother. He was having trouble in high school. Not that he wasn't a smart kid, but he wouldn't go to school, and when he would go, he wouldn't apply himself. So I thought the best thing that I could possibly do was bring him to Mr. Williams. And when I did so, Mr. Williams, definitely got him into GED class. I just got news last night that he passed his GED with a score of 2,900, and my mother was the most happiest to hear it, as he just actually became the 2nd out of 5 of high school graduates. Believe it or not, me being the first at 32.
My brother, he was looking to get back in school. He was trying to do it on his own, and I was like, no, bro. There's a program that I'm going through, and I introduced him to it, and he was just thanking me so much because he really didn't have the idea of what he was going to do and how he was going to do it. So I referred him to Mr. Williams. We're both just happy now. And
my family think it's great that I'm in a program. They see that I'm trying to change for the better. They see that I really just want to move forward in life. You know, I'm not looking for a job. I needed a career, something that's going to last long.
My family, when I started the program, didn't think that I was going to follow through with it because I usually was the one not to really follow through with school. School wasn't never my favorite. But when I started the program and then seeing some improvement with everything, me coming home and studying and focusing more on my son and dealing with that situation, it actually turned out to be a very positive thing.
Well, my goals in life is to finish my class, go out to the military, to the Marines, and have a wife, a family, you know, make my family proud, and just show everybody you can't come from a rough place and make something of yourself.
Like I say, I got a great job now. I'm very happy financially. I just recently put a down payment on a house, so I'm pretty stable. And I enjoy hanging out with my son. Due to the CDL I have a local route now, so I'm home every night, and I couldn't be happier.
But I work to make sure that I do for my kids, that I take care of them. You know, there's nothing like me going to see my children and they give me they give me love. You know, they hug me, they kiss me, they knock me down with love.
People who come through the center become a part of our family.
And the leaders there, like Mr. Williams, he's a great guy. He'll go out of his way to help you. He's always helping other people.
One of the things Mr. Williams does is, you know, every so often I'll just get a text message at night, you know, with him telling me that he's proud of me, and, you know, and I can't tell you how much that means to me.
I got a family. You know, whenever I had problems, I can go there, or I can get on the phone and I can talk to someone from the program.
Any person in general that needs help with anything can go to this center because it helps you in all aspects of life. It helps you become a better person, helps kids keep up with their grades, helps homeless people get like jobs and like houses and clothes and things. Like, it's really a great program.
Well, if it wasn't for Simeon, I'd be off in prison. Because I know I was just headed down the wrong road. Simeon Resource put me on the right track to get back in class and go to school and learn, get an education, and make something of myself.
And so over the course of 3 years, a lot of GED graduates have come out of that program, a lot of students going to technical centers who would never have had that opportunity before. He's found housing for people, clothing for people, food. It's been absolutely amazing.
I most definitely would say that Simeon is helping. You know, I'm a living witness of that myself. You know, I was living in a car for 8 months, homeless, and have nowhere to go. Some nights I would sleep at apartment pools, you know, go to the labor pool, put all my stuff in the bushes and go to the labor pool so that I can try and make a way to get milk or to help take care of my children. You know, ain't nothing pleasant about that. You know, there's nothing good about being unstable.
When I met Larry, I was very depressed. Like I say, I was living in a hotel, something I was not used to. I was very discouraged. After talking with Larry, he put his arm around me, he gave me a gentle hug, told me to stay focused, stay strong. Larry called me maybe 2 days later just to check up on me, make sure I was all right. I was still a little depressed. Once again, I came back in and talked to him, and he made me feel like everything would be all right. And I just want to say thank you for everything, Larry. You really made a difference in my life.
And I pray daily for Mr. Williams that he will not lose his zeal in helping people, because if he does that, then Simeon will go down. If they do come and appreciate the work that he have put in it to set it up, so that it would be at their disposal when they do need it, and that would be such a tremendous help for him and for them.
The guy actually does help. You know, you got a lot of people out here say a lot of things, but with that particular program, I can see for myself anytime you go down there. You know, it doesn't take nothing for him to show you how to work the computer, get on the computer or whatever, and he's not a call you back kind of guy, but he'll text you like anybody else. And he'll most definitely make sure that he can do whatever he can for you. I've seen that personally, even with my own life.
I just want to say thank you, Mr. Williams. That's what I want to say. Thank you for the new outlook on life.
As I look at Simeon Resource and Development Center, I see a man who takes the resources that comes to him and he puts it into the program and puts it into the people. He drives his own car to help somebody get to an interview if it's in Sanford. He'll use his own money to help somebody have a meal if they're hungry. I've never seen an individual who gives so much and takes so little back. And so if you're looking for an organization where your dollars are really going to go to make a difference, the downtown area where we have men who are looking for not a handout but a hand up.
Hello.
You're looking for an organization like the Simeon Resource and Development Center, really there to help make a difference. And of all the organizations I've ever worked with, that is probably the one that is most in tune to the clients, and the overhead at the top is almost non-existent. I wonder sometimes how Larry even survives.
I know that times are hard for most people, but the Simeon Resource Center for Men is a necessity. If anyone has a desire to donate or to give back to the community, that would be the perfect agency to give to.
People's lives are being changed at Simeon Resource and Development Center. I can say that, and I work for another nonprofit down the street. We do a wonderful job, but there are so many needs in the community.
He's helping, and he really needs help of the corporate environment so that they can continue to grow.
Donating money to the Simeon Resource Center would be a great idea because the funds actually go directly into the community. You know, we have all these packages, stimulus packages, but the money never reaches the people. This money actually reaches men and women that are trying to handle their business, trying to pursue their dream.
So if anybody even were remotely thinking about donating something, if they would just come down and just actually view what's going on and actually talk to people that actually been in this program for a little while, they'll see it's really worth it.
It's like a real big help. You know, it's not just for the GED, it's not just to help a person find a school or career, but that's what they're out to do. And it'll be a good thing because it's helping people literally, like it's helping me. Like I'm not in the streets anymore, you know. I got things going for myself and now they're trying to help me find a job as well. It's a good program, and if I had the money, I would invest in it.
The Simeon Resource and Development Center would be a good charity to donate to because of the simple fact that there's people out there that really don't know the way to success. It's worked for me. I'm a living proof. It worked for me.
And I believe they deserve more additional support from the community, from donors to make sure Simeon makes progress in the next several years and serves the people in the community.
If I were to put a list together of maybe the top 3 to 5 things that we need, we probably most of all would need an expansion, more space. The second thing I would ask for would be more computer resources. We have a wonderful computer lab here with 18 computers that are fully functional. They work very well. We get the very most out of them that we can. And the third thing that I would request would perhaps be a source of advertising. Perhaps we can go to some of the local Christian radio stations or some of the local R&B or some of the local rock stations and get the message out to all ethnicities and creeds that we are here for the community as an in general resource to help people uplift and to better themselves academically so that they can take advantage of the eventual economic upturn that is surely to come our way.
Especially during this depression, how bad it's been. He's been there with a clothes closet, with education, with teachers, with trying to help them to secure jobs so that when we had the opportunity to have a grant to supply jobs for people, we selected Larry to be our community partner.
He has a dream to make this nonprofit organization bigger and professional and help the smaller nonprofit, help the individuals in Central Florida community.
People entrust us with their hopes and their dreams, and I have to ensure them and make sure that we take care of them, and we do, and we respect them, and we love them. We do, we love them, and we want them to be successful. So send them to us. If you have donations, please send the donations because we definitely need them, and your money will go a long way.